Hello and welcome, you sleek sensations. You're watching The Road to Rugby Town. Time flies with the 14th edition of the Rugby Town Sevens returning to brilliant Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado this year from August 21 to 23. I'm former USA Sevens player and World Rugby commentator Dallen Stanford. And joining me, one of my favorite players to commentate, not just at the Rugby Town Sevens, but on the Sevens World Series. It's Olympian, it's former USA sensation and current star Martin Iosefo. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing, buddy?
Very good. Thank you for having me, Dallen.
And now, where are we finding you now? Where in the world are you?
I'm in Oregon right now, one of the best states in the Pacific Northwest.
I bet you're dominating the Oregon Trail as we speak, my friend.
Uh, Not quite, but yeah, getting there.
Exactly. Let's talk about life after your rugby career. What are you up to these days?
Yeah, I've been a lot since I've stepped away from playing rugby with the USA. I moved here in Oregon with my family. I had our two beautiful boys, 4-year-old and almost two here in June. But we transitioned from playing where everything is structured and planned for you throughout, your day and on tour and every day. So been looked after so you can perform, give your elite performance when you on the road in these tournaments to, trying to figure your day to day now, which is, balancing kids. We just opened a gym a year ago in West Lynn, which we're moving to from our current place. And I'm also working as a EMT, going into a fire service right now as well, firefighting. So I've been doing that for over a year right now. And my wife's, busy with sales, with, medical sales stuff. And between that and figuring out, life as a dad, a partner, a member of the community and all those sort of stuff. So it's definitely challenging, scary at times, especially coming from, organized sport through college. And now you just kind of figure out your own, but it's all exciting at the same time.
That's amazing. There are a few Canadian Sevens players I've chatted to in the past that have gone into the firefighting route. Tremendous amount of discipline and fitness and required in that as well. So it's great you translated. I know you and the missus are super fit as well. So brilliant on the gym. When I'm in town, I'll definitely pop in for a couple of sessions. You may have to get a few extra weights from me. I've been lifting.
You let me
Just
know. I'll do one with you. I'll take a
Oh,
class with
shucks.
you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the most successful team to have ever played at the Rugby Town Sevens. It's the Denver Seven Selects, having won it 3 times, a record 3 times. And I'll never forget going back to back remarkable victories when you played in 2015 and 2016. Can you take us back there? Any memories that stand out from those glory years?
Yeah, I just remember, it's like my second, maybe third year with the USA Sevens. And, I was starting to get to know Ben Pinkelman, that is, and Kayvon Williams. Kayvon didn't really join the Sevens group till I think after that 2016 group or just later in that year. But I remember having a conversation with them leading up to Rugby Town after we played at the USA National. I think it was in Iowa, Des Moines,
Yeah.
and we lost in the final against the WAC or Severity team. So I remember, just that group alone wanted to play another tournament together, and that's got me thinking about coming out to Rugby Town after my previous year with the All Americans. So it was exciting having to play the national USA Sevens with those guys. I was eager to go back out there and boot up for them as well. So they won the 2015s. I didn't play with them 2015, but they had a target on their back coming in on 2016 for Rugby Town 7. So
Yeah.
I knew that, and I was excited for the challenge.
Exactly. And I love the fact, as you said, you sometimes go down to a team like the Rugby Selects that were bolstered with international players. And then they were in that tournament the next year, which you guys went back to back. Let's talk about some of the legendary players that you play with. Ben Pinkelman, you mentioned, obviously, what a star. Kayvon Williams, Atta Malifa, the Missile, Max de Archival, Gannon Moore, the Grasshopper, just to name a few of the Eels. Which ones stand out as good teammates that you enjoyed having on the field and off the field too?
Yeah, no, I was lucky to be around some of those great players. Like guys like Atta Malifa, who's been around the scene. I'm sure, he's been around playing with you as well, maybe Nesse. But guys like Missile, Celester, Gannon Moore, they were all, prospect of USA 7s and 15s. So, it made that jump for me to, to Chicago Lions from, USA 7 back to the Denver Barbarian, because all those guys been through the same system. We've crossed paths somewhat somewhere. So it made it easier for me, and just like the lingo that we understood playing rugby, like it worked for us in Denver. So especially guys like Ben Pinkelman, workhorse, game on, like their knowledge of the game, and then you kind of combine them all together, just a different different group that fits, did do well certain things, do things differently, and do it really well on the field, and then to mash together as a team. And I think that's made it a successful tournament for us.
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned Ben Pinkelman. So Rio Olympics in 2016, then yourself and Kayvon in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, all three from the Denver team. I mean, so let's talk about then RugbyTown. Was it a good preparation then as you built towards obviously playing more in the series and the eventual Olympics?
Yeah, no, 100%. You get teams like Fiji who travel all the way from the islands to compete in the Rugby Sevens tournament. Maybe not the full squad, but there are definitely players who been a part of, if not the development team, but other teams as well, like the British Army from London. They're a good mix of national players from there, especially here in the U.S. Players who are on the residence program. The Falcon players or team players that were on the USA team. They get to play with other teams just to get those matchup that they need leading up to tournaments. So it's definitely a good tournament to go to and compete and challenge yourself. So if you want to get looked at and get an opportunity to play against some of the elite players.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's that level up, after nationals, because you've got players from all around the world, as you mentioned, so many stars. I mean, we even had Wasali Serebi, the king of sevens, playing there with some younger countrymen as well. Now, what is your favorite memory? If someone says to you, Marty, you've done it all, what is your favorite memory representing the USA?
I would have to say winning the title at home, 2008, was it 18 and 19, back to back. I think, and in Vegas, it was just like the best tournament we have ever had in the U.S. I can't think of any other tournament that USA have ever hosted that can top that yet. So, I go back every now and then, think about 2018, how just like the performance that we had as the winning the very first title, and then to back it up the next year, like we knew that was going to be very special.
Yeah, Marty, I'll never forget those, because we were able to run onto the field afterwards. I got to interview some of the players, obviously, but to go back to back and to do it on home soil as well. I remember playing in San Diego when the Sevens was there in 2009 was our best year. We got to the semifinals. We lost by a point to not to make the finals. But the fact that you got to the finals doesn't guarantee a win at all. As we know, it's so tough to win those big ones. And traditionally, South Africa have done really well in Las Vegas.
Right.
The fact that you did it back-to-back in front of your family and friends, I mean, truly amazing. Okay, last one for you. Going back to the RugbyTown Sevens, how fun was it watching Cody Malfi and the Denver Seven Selects win it in 2024? Did you almost get the boots back on? Did they call you a few weeks before?
I did. I was hoping to make it back out there, but I think that was around when we had our first baby.
Yeah.
So wife wouldn't be too happy for me to travel, but I obviously I was excited for those boys, especially guys like Cody Malfi. He's a grassroots player from Denver. So although he played for Glendale Raptors, but it's good that he represented Denver with the Barbarians, and just goes to show that Barbo is a good program. They recruit great players. They put a well combined group together just for those tournaments, and just filled with elite players that you'll be in good experience with.
Yeah, they have great coaches and great management and very well organized, which is amazing. So shout out to them. So listen, thanks so much for joining me in the Fly and the Wine on the road to RugbyTown. I know you got to get back to the gym, my friend. RugbyTown, one of the most competitive sevens tournaments on the planet. We can't wait to see you all for the 2026 event, where the Denver Seven Selects will be aiming for title number 4. Thanks, Marty.
Thank you so much, John.